going on, you guys? Coming back to kind of, I don't want to say finish out my Caged series, but I'm going to do a part 2 here. I will have a part 3 as well, but as you guys might know already, I kind of break my Caged into 3 sections and not 5, just because A and G and C and D are only a step away from each other. I just don't find that my brain needs to compartmentalize that information in separate sections. It seems kind of silly to me. It's all within, you have 4 fingers and they're 2 frets away. I don't know, I'm no mathematician, but I don't understand why we're splitting those up into separate sections. So let's go over the G and the A today. I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm coming off kind of condescending today. There's something in the air. I've been kind of ornery all day. I don't know what it is either. Anyhow, let's just get into it. So let's start with your with your A and your G shaped. And we're going to do this in the key of D today because we did our D and C shapes also in the key of D. So I want to keep everything in the key of D so you can refer back to these 2 videos and piece that information together, and you'll have, and eventually 3 videos, and you'll eventually have the whole Caged system as well as the scales that overlap with that particular part of the Caged system. You'll have all that in the same key so that you can string it all together and have just one roadmap for it, right? That's the goal. So we're going to keep this in D today, and let's start with your A-shaped D major, right? That's what this is partially based out of. So we have on your A, you have A string, you have 5, and then 7 on your D, G, and B strings. Okay, now your G-shaped D major chord is here. I never use that. I've kind of told you guys that before. Hurts my wrist. I don't like it. So, you know, to each their own, right? To me, it's just those 2 notes. I just change positions if I want those notes. I come up more in here and I start to get into my E position. That's just me and how my brain's working, right? We're all different. But here's that chord if you want it. Since this is about that. Since this video is about it, I should give it to you. So on your low E, you've got 10. A, you've got 9. And then you're back to this bar that is in the last shape, right? On your 7th fret on all 3 of these D, G, and B strings. Now that's why I group these 2 chord shapes together. Is because they share this bar on your 7th fret, right? So, with that being said, now let's get into the chord shapes that overlap with this, because as you guys know with the last lesson, what I tried to do is take that section of the D major and minor pentatonic scale and superimpose those to so that everything is in one area of the fretboard, and we know the 3 options available to us, at least those 3 options. Obviously you have lots more options, but those are 3 options to pull from in any given position, right? So in this position where you would be using the A and the D, which, as you know, I like to just kind of bar it here like this, right? I don't really need that root note in there. So I'm just going to bar it like this. So let's work out of all of, or not all of, but our 2 scale shapes that are right here. We have our D minor pentatonic. So that is 8 to 10 on both your low E and your A string. 7 to 10 on both your D and your G strings, and then 8 to 10 again on your B and your high E strings, okay? So you can always use the good old trusty D minor pentatonic scale. We know that that's always going to sound pretty rad, and you can usually come out of, get into a lot of your speedy licks out of that scale, so have at it. Now, if we want to go to the D major sound, here's the beauty of it. We are now at the part of the neck where it'll be that minor pentatonic shape. So once again, if you need some speed, here you are. So we're going to go 7 to 9. This is the D major pentatonic, right? So we're going to go 7 to 10 on our low E, 7 to 9 on our A, 7 to 9 on our D and our G string, 7 to 10 on both our B and high E. So now the way I like to, and a lot of you guys, I showed this to you out of the last Caged video, to the way I like to think of this is I think of this all out of the minor pentatonic, because I've kind of memorized which notes to. So I've kind of worked out which notes are different in that, right? So I can kind of just spot that out like pretty easy. But for now, if you don't have as much experience mixing and matching the minor and pentatonic on top of each other like that, then you can just spend a bar in each or 2 bars in each. You know, you could, if you're playing over the D, start minor. Now go major. Minor. Major, minor, major, right? So you can just kind of toggle back and forth between them like that to kind of get them, get them underneath your fingers a little bit and get a little more comfortable with them. But, those are going to be the 2 positions of the pentatonic scale, major and minor, that you're going to use when you're using this bar that comes out of your A and your G shape of the caged, right? Because these are your A shape because you move it up, and your G shape because you move it up, right? So I hope that helps. I think I kind of breezed through this one faster than I did on the D and C shape. I hope I included all the information. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. There's going to be a lot more caged videos and, overlapping scales with arpeggios and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll be doing that stuff until I'm buried. So just we'll consider this another one in the series of caged and scales that overlap. So hope you enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, share if you'd be so kind to. And you know how much I love you all. Keep on picking. I'll see you on the flip. Later.